Next, on active aging, performers ripening with age.
Beth Holland with songs of advice. Lou Anderson, the band at Birdland. The Honorable Herb Adlerberg, the Cajun Judge. Philip Namenworth, Finding the Music. An interlude with Anita Brown. Gene Rogers and Faye Littell, Love at the Lambs.
Performers ripening with age, all here on active aging, the productive life and later life.
Active seniors. Some people don't even know what that is. They picture seniors sitting very quietly or in an assisted living place. They don't know that we could be out there and having fun and reinventing ourselves. Well, I'm here today in this wonderful party with my pal, Woody Regan over here.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Woody.
How are you?
This is the greatest. And we're going to share some numbers with you. The first one, Mention My Name in Sheboygan. What do you think of that, Woody?
That's terrific. Isn't that one of those old vaudeville tunes?
Old vaudeville. So we're going to do old, yes?
Was it actually vaudeville? It sounds like it should have been anyway.
Well, I think it was. It's a kind of song that people like who are young or are old, and it's fun. And the whole idea of this is to have fun. Life is supposed to be fun, have fun. And here we go. Pardon me there, stranger, but my name is Brown. I overheard you say that you were leaving town. Now I've done lots of traveling, and if I may boast, everybody's heard of me from coast to coast. Mention my name in Sheboygan. It's the greatest little town in the world. Just tell them all you're an old friend of mine, and every door in town will have a big welcome sign. So mention my name in Sheboygan, and if you ever get in a jam, just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't tell them where I am. Mention my name in Paducah. It's the greatest little town in the world. I've got a gal there you'll simply adore. She was Miss Paducah back in 1904. So mention my name in Paducah. And if you ever get in a mess, just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't give her my address. Just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't give her my address. There we go, Woody. Just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't give her my address. Now that was fun. You know, in life, I always have this feeling that we have to have good relationships with people. We have to like people. If we spend our lives me, and not thinking of everybody else and anybody else, it doesn't work well for ourselves. Don't you find that if you go out and do something for somebody, you feel better? Mm-hmm. Well, therefore, we had fun with Sheboygan, but in relationships, we kind of need sometimes to love somebody. And whether it's a love of a friend or a lover or a husband or a child, you have to have this feeling that that person is very special. You have to feel glad for those people. That sounds like a song cue for us, Woody. In this world of ordinary people, extraordinary people, I'm glad there is you. I'm glad there is you. I love to live. I love to live with you beside me. This role so new, I'll muddle through with you to guide me. In this world where many, many play at love, and hardly any stay in love, I'm glad there is you. More than ever, I'm glad there is you. People talk of a midlife crisis. Well, what about if it's, not 40 and 50 anymore, you're up there? I've had friends, and you've had friends, who wait for the phone to ring because it used to ring a lot when they're younger and they can't adjust. Or men in jobs and they find that the cutoff time is sometimes 55 and they're not wanted anymore. It's very traumatic, it's very difficult. But I say, I'm not going to sit there, oh my goodness, poor me, I'm going to be miserable, I'm going to be depressed. No. Find another way to go. Get busy and get active. Reinvent yourself. Do something. Do something else. Maybe it's not what you originally did. I don't want to sound preachy. But the happiest people I know are people who will volunteer someplace to do something. So maybe you're not getting the salary you got when you were younger. Well, if you were smart, you would have saved a few dollars. But the point is, you have to be out there. If you sit home and wait for things to happen to you, you have to sort of help it. The Lord helps those, you know what I'm saying. And I know people who have crazy ideas, and they're funny and they're silly, and some of them have problems. And I have a little problem. And I want you all to know that it started at Arthur Murray's just a couple of weeks ago. I used to have a career on my mind, but now my career is all behind me. I'd rather cha-cha than eat. I could cha-cha everybody I meet. I could cha-cha till I'm dead on my feet. I'd rather cha-cha than eat. I'm late for work every day, 'cause I cha-cha every inch of the way. I should worry that they're docking my pay. I'd rather cha-cha, it's gay. My life's a riot. I'm on a cha-cha diet. When I hear bongos my brain, I go insane. I'll do it any old place, and I'll cha-cha till I'm blue in the face. Though I'm practically a public disgrace, I'd rather cha-cha than chit-chat. A plate of steak doesn't matter. Just pass me a platter of Latin American meat. No meat. I'd rather cha-cha than eat. When I get into my bed, I don't sleep, I do the cha-cha instead. Though my legs are getting heavy as lead, I'd rather cha-cha than nap. I'm not invited to dine. It's an awful waste of lobster and wine. I'm too busy exercising my spine and doing things with my lap. Who cares for Cupid? I think that Cupid's stupid. I've had my chance to try out romance. I'd rather dance. I'd rather wiggle my frame than do any other thing I could name. Nothing else exactly sets me aflame. I'd rather cha-cha than foxtrot. Forget the plate of au gratin and play something Latin so I could start moving my seat. Toot sweet, that's French. I'd rather cha-cha than waltz. I'd rather cha-cha than polka. I'd rather cha-cha than merengue, that's something you eat. I'd rather cha-cha than hustle at my age. 'Cause I'd rather cha-cha than eat cha-cha-cha. Isn't that fun? You know, even taking dancing lessons, they say, well, the cha-cha's not done anymore, the tango, the rumba, they do those dances and they're fun if you get out and try. You don't have to be good, just let the music take you along. Anything that gives you joy, as long as you're not saying, oh, I feel so sorry for myself and why isn't this happening to me? And, forget it. I suppose my whole philosophy after talking to you about this is being open to new experiences, whether you take a class, learn ceramics, learn to knit, learn to dance, whatever it is, you're leaving your life open to feel new things and learn new things, and you always can, use it or lose it. When I was young, the world was full of treasures, and every star was shining just for me. So many prizes, so many pleasures, all those tomorrows still to be. And as the saying goes, time can fly so fast. The bud becomes a rose, and roses never last. But I'll always leave the door a little open. I love to feel the breeze that passes by, and though my dreams are few, unlikely to come true, I'll always leave my heart a little room to fly. I'll always hold the day a little closer. There'll always be another song I want to sing, and so I'll never care if winter's in the air. I know I'll always see a sign of spring, and when I see that sign, will I close the door again, be alone once more again in my cozy shell? And when I taste the wine, will I drink my fill again, start to feel the thrill again, and surrender to the spell? Yes, I'll always leave the door a little open, 'cause that's the only way I know I can survive, believing there's a chance of more than just romance, believing that it's wonderful, it's magical, it's beautiful, believing it's good
called the band Lou Anderson's All-American Big Band, mainly because we had several numbers in our first album, like Strike Up the Band and some other patriotic things, and that's how we got a hold of that title. I go back in the early television when I was with a vocal group, and we were on a bunch of shows, including Dave Garroway and Broadway Open House. I am fortunate to have some great players in this band. They're all from the recording studios or the Broadway shows, or some of them have been, and most of them have been on the road with them, our big name bands, and I'm just glad and fortunate, as I say, to have these guys in the band.
The music is challenging. If you can play this music, you can play anything.
To me, the age are just numbers. It's how you feel and what your attitude is to what you're doing, and what I'm doing is what I really enjoy doing, no matter whether I'm 50, 60, 80, or 100.
Herb Adlerberg is a sitting judge in New York City.
All rise.
But Judge Adlerberg doesn't spend all his time in court.
I got out of law school, and I didn't have to study anymore. I was practicing law, and my nights were pretty free, and I wanted to do something I wanted to do all my life, namely learn how to play the trumpet. But I was living in an apartment at that time. People started banging on the pipes, and even putting an old sock in the trumpet didn't mute it that much, so I decided to play more fretted instruments and harmonic. When I first started, I got some lifted eyebrows. After a while, though, we now play judges' functions, and they know who I am, and nobody gives me a hassle about it. I was content with what I did during the course of my life. I was in a profession that I enjoyed. It was challenging. No 2 days back-to-back were alike. Nothing was a ground ball. Every day there was some variation, some difference. I didn't get bored. Same thing as being on the bench. Same thing occurred. I mean, I had cases which never followed a particular pattern. And the music is the same way, because in jazz you never play the song the same way twice. You do variations on it, and you try to surprise your fellow musicians. And so it's two things are somewhat akin. I enjoy doing both.
So the band consists of maybe 30 people. There's a nucleus of 3 or 4 that are here every week. Myself, the trombone player, the trumpet player, and the bass player, and the piano player. We have a big age mix, and also, thankfully, the crowd in this particular place is not an octogenarian crowd. As you can see, you look around, people in there run the gamut from 20s into their 80s. So we're not just playing to an old crowd. I started playing with this band back in 1976, 77, around that time in a different place. It was a bar and grill that was pretty close to the courthouse, Peggy Doyle's. And later on we moved up here, and I've been here since 1981. Before I got on the bench, I was playing with this band, and when I got on the bench, I continued. And nobody ever gave me a hard time about it, because it is an American art form. It's therapeutic. When I used to come out of court, tired, even as a lawyer, before I got on the bench, play one note, and basically it's like a boxer. You go in the ring and you get the first punch in the nose, and you get loose. I got loose immediately. I could be very tired, but I was able to play, and I enjoyed it. I've handled strictly criminal cases over the course of my career. Prior to that, I was a practicing defense attorney in the criminal field. But I had some high-profile cases, yes. I had a very famous case, the assassination of John Lennon. I'm content to just play here and occasional job on the road. That's fine with me.
I've been doing music at least 45 years, maybe longer. Started out singing doo-wop on the street corners because I loved it. I think growing up in a house where there wasn't such a chance for self-expression and finding a way that really touched my heart and soul. And I think that's never changed for me now that I'm 60. Now I'm too old for the young girls to be looking at us that way. So it's really about having to express the inner part of my essence, which is music.
Dim above. I want to stay with you. When there's nothing left to love. stone. Gonna stay with you when you're out there all alone. But my love is true.
I love this music, and I'd like to share it with you. And we're all special, and we have something to offer to this world. I always say you have to do your mission, you have to do your stuff.
When our beginnings are discovered in the end, I will be a lover and learn to be your friend. I'll stay with you when the planets fly apart. I want to pray with you when you're looking for your heart. Because my love is true.
I've written 30, 40 songs for Sesame Street. 1981, I worked on stuff for Saturday Night Live. I've done movie scores. Your life is all one piece, and I guess that's something maybe you only know with age.
Thank you.
What I would call aging is real aging. The negative sense is when you really don't use your time properly. If you're not fulfilling yourself in some way. Last year at 59, I started taking piano lessons because I had taught myself to play. And so now I'm taking piano lessons with a tremendous teacher, and I'm learning how to use my fingers correctly after making my living at it on and off for 40 years. I find that the music, as well as the spiritual life, breaks through barriers and allows us all just to be who we are, to accept each other non-judgmentally, and to help each other grow.
I want to laugh all of my laughter. I want to cry all of my tears. I want to turn on my lights and see all of the sights and hear all of the music before it disappears. I want to sing all of my love songs. I want to drink all of my wine. I want to ride on a skylark and fly a giraffe. This life is my lark, and I won't take half. I want to laugh all of my laughter before I go. Once we were foolish children, playing as children play, racing through a meadow April bright, dreaming on a hilltop half the night. Now that we're growing older, we have no time to play. Now that we're growing wiser, we may just be wise enough to say, I want to chase all of my rainbows and spread my wings and take the sky. I want to burst my cocoon, for that time's coming soon when this dull caterpillar becomes a butterfly. I want to light all of my fireworks and see my sparks and feel my glow. 'Cause there's just one life that's mine. What comes next? I don't know. I've got confetti I'm ready to throw. I want to laugh all of my laughter before I go. Reminiscing is such fun. I think I'll close my eyes and fantasize about paradise. And you and me, I think about the nights of making love under the stars above. Just being free, ooh, I'm beginning to feel a yearning, ooh. If you were only here to keep my fires burning like you did when you were here before you let me know you had to go so far from me. I think about the nights of making love under the stars above, just being free. Ooh, I remember your sweet, sweet kissing. Woo-hoo. If you were only here, because it's you I'm missing. Fantasy is one of the true luxuries in life. You can go away for 5, 10 minutes, however long you like. Come back again refreshed, and it's absolutely free. Ooh, I remember your sweet, sweet kissing. Ooh, if you were only here, because it's you I'm missing. I'll bet you can't guess what I'm thinking about now. I'll bet you can't. I think I'll close my eyes and fantasize about paradise and you and me. The only thing to do when a love is through is dream of how it used to be. A doodly doo doo, a da doodly doo doo, a doodly doo doo, da da doodly doo doo, a doodly doo doo, da doo The older I get, the more I question things, whether it's medical, political, philosophical. I'm always trying to find answers, alternatives, and if life throws me something I don't like, I try and change the energy into something more positive. Here is my metaphor for living. If there's a mountain, you've got to scale it. If there's an ocean, you've got to sail it. If you find beauty, you must unveil it. Why? Because it's there. If there's a battle, you've got to fight it. If there's an apple, you've got to bite it. If there's a story, you've got to write it. Why? Because it's there. Creative passion is a fickle thing. You must ration, and it's trickling till it's crashing in like waves upon the shore. If you abuse your creativity, you might lose your creativity. You must use your creativity before there is no more. If there's a lesson, you've got to learn it. A bridge to nowhere, you've got to burn it. If there's a new leaf, you've got to turn it over. Why? Because it's there, because it's here, because it's there, because it's here, because it's there. Here, ole! My God, the TV is broken. Between us, some words must be spoken. No Late Show and no Oprah Winfrey, and time marches so painfully. But I'll talk to you if you'll talk to me.
Oh no, the TV is busted, and somehow I can't get adjusted. No game shows and no Wheel of Fortune, and this week I'll miss Jeopardy. Shoot, but I'll look at you
if you look at me. I called the repairman, he gave me a story. There's some special part that we need.
He'll be back next Tuesday. By then I'll be climbing the walls.
We should learn how to read.
No, the TV is quiet.
My brain cells are on a forced diet.
No bloodshed to pour out the cable.
No reality TV to see. But I'll still have you. And you still have me. That was my husband. Again, I can feel you coming close again. There you are, and soon you'll dare to fill the air with visions of your face. I thought you promised that you'd disappear without a trace, and there you are again. And what am I to do? traces of all past flutter all about you. All that pain we had wasn't half as bad as the pain I feel without you. Knowing that it's wrong, why do you go where you don't belong? Why is it just when I can say your name and take it in my stride, just when I've learned to breathe without you by my side, just when I've built this wall and can't be touched, I hear you call and there you are again, and I am lost. So, what is this song about? Someone else in my life? You don't think I'd be dumb enough to tell you after I just did a song with my husband? No. This song for me is my, what is that word, Woody? Metaphor for fear. About 12 years ago, I very quickly and very suddenly lost a good bit of my eyesight, even though I was in the care of top specialists. It seems that I inherited my bad problems, and I seem to have gotten an extra dose. Anyway, I found myself doing pretty safe things, maintaining the status quo, not really taking any risks. I think a very important thing in a person's life is passion. Very important, and my passions have changed through the years. Lately, my passion has been singing and dancing. I love going to my dancing classes, and I've got a great dancing teacher, a jazz master, who at 80 years old is himself an inspiration. Here is my, what is that word, Woody?
Metaphor.
Metaphor for passion. I was searching, but I couldn't find any clues. I was lurching from losing my blues in the booze. Got no thrill from Elaville or any pills to get me through. Then I found a love sent from above who is biochemically true. No more moaning. You're my serotonin, you know, yes, and often you cause my endorphin to flow when the sky is darkest blue and the moon is only a crescent. I feel effervescent, 'cause my antidepressant is you. In a world of ordinary people, some extraordinary creep'll get you down. But I found another who'll help me recover and feel like I'm wearing a crown. No more lapses. When I didn't know what to do, my synapses are functioning better than you. No more days of dark despair. My anxiety quotient is lessened. My cares evanescent. My antidepressant is you.
Honey dear, want you near? Just turn out the lighting and come over here. Cuddle close up to my side. My heart's afire with love's desire. In my arms, rest complete. I never thought that life could ever be so sweet till I met you some time ago. And now you know I love you so. Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. How I want my arms about you. I could never live without you. Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. If you ever leave me, how my heart will ache. I want to hold you, but I fear you'd break. Oh, 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 you beautiful, you great big beautiful, oh, you beautiful doll.
So, would you like to do a duet with me?
Oh, I certainly would.
Yeah, I enjoyed your singing very much, and I thought, oh, maybe we could be partners.
Yes, that's an idea. If I
Is that
ever
an
heard
idea?
one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, that's okay.
And
what do you
I
want,
saw
my
you-
phone number? I'll give you my phone number, you can call me.
I will do
Okay?
that. I
All right.
promise I'll do that.
You promise you'll do it?
And you love the Lambs Club, right?
Oh, that's why I
That's
joined
where
the
we
Lambs.
hear all this wonderful
I joined the
music.
Lambs, I heard all this lovely music, but I liked your singing the best. You're really my favorite.
Yeah. I had little bands. I had a trio. I had a 5-piece band. I had a melody 4. I had a trio. I had 2 maestros of rhythm, and then I wound up with the holiday duo. All these were wonderful days.
And what did you do in the band?
We reminisce.
What did you do in the band?
I played drums and sang.
Oh, you played drums.
I played drums.
Then you got rhythm.
Yeah, well, I got rhythm. There's a cue for a song if I ever heard one. I'll tell you that right now.
Right, right.
So now, what did
I
you
have
do?
rhythm too.
Yeah, I know you do.
I used to be a tap dancer.
That's right.
Mostly tap.
Mostly tap.
I don't
right.
tap anymore.
No. But you were with Billy Rose. You met a lot of performers there. And
I
you
know.
were in
yeah.
the chorus.
Right.
Gene Rogers had been a band leader and performer all his life. Fay Littell tap danced, sang, and performed for most of hers. She even sang opera. They met at the Lambs, that's the theatrical performers' social club, while in their 90s. This is their first duet, together.
Right. So you started making movies.
That's right.
And I started singing just on the happy hours.
Somebody loves me. I wonder who. I wonder who he can be. Somebody loves me. I wish I knew. Who can he be? Worries me. With every boy that passes by, I say, hey, maybe. Would you like to be my loving baby? Somebody loves me. I wish I knew. Maybe it's you.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found that somebody who could make me be true, or could make me feel blue, and even be glad, just feeling sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen, they might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Some others I've seen, They might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do.
For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all my heart, dear, I love you still.
It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you.
This program was produced and directed by John Steinmetz.
This program is dedicated to the principles of aging actively and to the belief that age deserves our understanding and our respect.